Okay guys, I wanted to switch it up just a little bit, do something different, kind of get away from the de-rednecking Caleb's 240, fixing the cars, all that stuff. I wanted to get away from it for a little bit. So what I'm going to do today is the 5 things that I cannot stand about my car, or the 5 things I hate about my 2013 Scion FRS. So the first thing that I cannot stand about my car is the clutch pedal. Now, if you own a GT86, BRZ, or FRS, you might know what I'm talking about. It's the little bit of play that's in the pedal. It's about maybe an inch to an inch and a half of play before you start feeling the pressure of the clutch. Now, I don't know why they did that, or why they couldn't just put the pedal right before the pressure. I don't know how to say it. Like, pretty much no spring there, so it's just as soon as you push it, there's the pressure of the clutch. I don't know why they did that, but it was very, very difficult for me to drive when I first got this. Now, as you guys saw in my video, or if you're new to the channel, I bought this car down in Florida. I couldn't go and pick it up. So my dad flew down to Florida for me, picked up the car, and drove it all the way back. And he had no problems with it. So I don't know if dad's just the best thing in the world or whatever, but the car that I had before this was an automatic Elantra and a 350Z. I've had numbers of other cars, but the 350Z is the one that I had the longest. That, the sidecar that I bought that was my toy. That's the one I had the longest. I got used to driving that, and it didn't have a gap of, I guess, play. It was right as soon as you pushed on the pedal, it was instant pressure from the pressure plate in the clutch. So, I mean, there is an easy fix for it. You can just take out the spring, and then it'll rest right before it engages the clutch. But that's just a super picky thing for me. It was weird for me to get used to. Sometimes I still will take off and they'll bounce around like that. But, it is what it is. It's still a good car. So number 2, the second thing I can't stand about this car is the paint. I feel like the paint is super cheap on this car. I don't know if it's just my car, if my car had the flaws, or whatever it is, but I noticed back here on where the roof line meets the back window, that little piece of metal that bends down and goes under the window where the window is glued to the car, I noticed that there's paint coming off, and it's just gray there, like primer or bare metal. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if this is just my car, other GT86s, I don't know what it is, but I also noticed on my trunk that, I don't know if while I was driving, the air going over my car grabbed a piece of metal or a rock or something, but embedded in my paint on my trunk, and I have little itty bitty tiny rust spots on my trunk. So, I'm not really worried about it because I have plans for the car, so, I don't really care because the trunk's gonna go anyways. But it was just one of those things that was kind of a letdown, brand new car, well, not brand new, but brand new to me, my new car. It's pretty new, and it's already got rust on it. I mean, I just feel like Toyota and Subaru kind of cheaped out on these cars when they first came out, just because they wanted to, dip their toe and see if anyone was going to bite. So, again, another super picky thing. It's really small. If anything, I'll get it wrapped pearl white, or I'll get it repainted pearl white. I'm not really worried about it. It was just a picky thing that I found that I just didn't like. So, number 3 is the windows. Now, I'm not talking about the glass. I'm talking about the window mechanism itself. If you have one of these cars and you live in a colder climate where it snows and gets below freezing, you'll know what I'm talking about. When you open your door, the window goes down. I don't know if you can see it on camera. And when you shut your door, the window goes up. But when it's cold, you open your door, the window does not go down, so you have no clearance. I have rain guards on my car, so anytime it's super cold outside and I open my door, it smacks my rain guards. Or when I shut it, it smacks my rain guards and makes a god-awful sound. Now, what you have to do in order to, fix your windows is, of course, turn on your heat, but your windows will not fix themselves. What you have to do is roll down the window, hold it there, roll it back up, hold it there, and then your windows are reset. But what you have to do for the passenger side is you can't use this button over here. You have to lean across the car if you don't have a passenger. You have to lean across the car, hold it down, and then pull it back up and hold it up like I just showed you. Now, if you have a passenger and you tell them to do that, they're gonna look at you like you're stupid, but they'll understand once they do it. Because if not, if you bump the switch or whatever, your window will stay there. You won't be able to roll it up. You'll only be able to roll it down. I had to look it up and talk to my buddies and say, yo, what's going on? This is the first snow it's probably ever seen, so I didn't know what I was doing. I asked my buddies, and they said, just roll it down, hold it, pull it back up, hold it, it'll be fine. What the buttons do and how you know is they'll flash at you. Like, because my windows are auto. I don't know if all of them are auto. I'm pretty sure they all are, but the auto will flash at you until you fix it. So again, super picky, but I don't know. I just thought it was kind of annoying. It scared me my first time. I thought I broke my car. I shut the door. It smacked my rain guards. Scared the living piss out of me. So then I went to roll down my window to try to get clearance to shut it, and my window stayed there, and it was snowing as hard as can be. So I was like, well, I'm driving 30 minutes home, and I'm going to be cold. So, fourth thing that I cannot stand about my car is the headlights. Now, of course, yes, the 2013's headlights are ugly. I'm not talking about the looks of them. I'm talking about the functionability of them. And by that, I mean low beams are non-existent. It is hard to see at night with these low beams. Now, I know I could buy aftermarket ones and get HIDs with the I'm looking at some Spec Ds, but coming from Toyota and Subaru, I feel like they should have given it more of a better headlamp setup than what it actually has. Headlight setup, listen to me. As to, they either could have raised the direction of the low beams up just a little bit, or given it HIDs or Xeon lights. That's just me saying that because I've noticed when I drive to work and it's dark, I can barely see in front of me unless I turn on the brights, and then the brights are so bright that, another car, of course you turn off your brights, but I have to turn it off, and then I can't see again, and if they drive by me, I can't see anything. That's just another thing that, I just didn't like about the car. Now, don't get me wrong, the car is amazing, like I've said, but the fifth thing that I did not like about this car that I have changed is the taillights. Now, the stock OEM taillights for the 2013 BRZ and FRS are just god-awful ugly. They're the clear, and they have the split where it goes into like the square or rectangular part of the taillight, and it just cuts off, and they're so ugly. As soon as my buddy was telling me, hey, I'm selling my stocks, do you want them? I jumped on that as soon as I could because I could not stand the look of it. It just looked really cheap to me, and I felt like, this car looks cheap with those taillights, so I just had to get rid of them. So that's it, guys. That's all 5 things that I cannot stand about this car. I don't know how long the video is, but I'm gonna guess it's a pretty short video. I'm sorry that it is such a short video, but that's just the 5 things that I hate about my car. Don't get me wrong, I think you should definitely go out and get one of these. If you live up in a colder region, you need to get some better tires. I learned, take it from my experience, you don't go anywhere. I tried leaving for work one day and slid to the curb. So, if you guys liked this video, give it a huge thumbs up, leave a comment down in the comment section, and if you like our content, then subscribe. You'll see a bunch of screwing around, car parts, and hopefully some drift events. So guys, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See you.